Oh boy everyone, MARKCHES here. Welcome to the channel, and for today's video, I'll be giving you my performance review of the Ja Morant 1. Let's go. So guys, I have here the trivia colorway of the Ja. This is the second colorway I think that came out. The first was the day one. Was my first choice because I actually thought it was just a plain white upper on the trivia colorway, but on the first time that I saw it and I unboxed it, it was actually an egg white color, so it's not really white, and it's kind of cool in terms of the colorway combination of this one. I like the off-white color of this one together with the neon green, the baby blue on the heel, and of course inside the lining also is a blue and some yellow on the heel, which I think is kind of cool. It's a little bit more playful compared to the day one. And the laces are also off-white or the egg white color with this purple tip. So that's basically the color of the trivia, and what made this a trivia colorway is because Ja Morant likes playing the trivia game with his family. So you can see here on the heel tab and also on the insole some where is Ja Morant from, where is Ja Morant born, which college did Ja Morant attend. So there's a lot of questions here on the insole of the Ja Morant trivia one, but let's talk about how it performs on court. First up, let's talk about the upper material of this one. It's actually a pretty basic upper, which has this mesh on the tip of the toe, some synthetic leather on the tip too, that goes around from the tip to the lateral part and medial side of the sneaker, which actually goes all around the sneaker on the lower part. And also the synthetic leather is also here on this kind of wing-like structure on the Ja Morant one, which is this part. This is leather, synthetic leather. And I'm not mad about the materials that they use because in terms of performance, they really perform well. I was really impressed on the first time that I wear them. They were snug, they fit me well for a regular footer. So take that into consideration. For wide footers, I think you need to go half a size up and maybe try it out if you can, because they are sold out immediately. But if you have the chance to try them out if you're a wide footer. But for me, for a regular foot, I really like the shape of the Morant one. It's really nicely snug, but it's not too snug here that it crunches up my nails or my forefoot, because it's wide here but it's lower here on top, if you get what I mean. So it really fits me well, and that's one of the highlights of the Ja one, is the fit, and of course also the support. Even though this is just mesh and some synthetic leather, but they place it really nicely on the places that you really need support. So when I was doing my lateral cuts or doing sidestep, I really felt very responsive with the upper of the Ja one. There's no delays. And as for ventilation, even though this is like a screen mesh on the toe area, it's not that breathable. But there's air coming in, but it's not the thinnest materials. But I don't mind it. I really like how it gives me the support that I need. I'm not too lean of a player, so I need more support, especially when I'm doing lateral cuts. And like I said, I really like the responsiveness feel that it gave me. I don't know what it is, but it's just, I think overall the support is really good on the upper of the Ja. And going to the back part of the sneaker is another thing that I really like about the Ja, which is not talked about a lot, is the padding around the ankle and heel, which is really thick. I really like it. Even though this is a low-cut sneaker, my ankle feels very supported. There's an internal heel counter here, but at the heel you can see the swoosh going around that acts as a pull tab. But overall, ankle containment, heel containment, really nice on the Ja. And I think this is one of the factors why it really feels very responsive in your movement Plus the tongue is also nicely padded, although it's not as thick as the ones around the ankle. It's nicely padded, it's very comfortable. It's just your traditional tongue, but nicely padded. It does its job well. And as for the lacing system, there's some speed lacing on the first few laces on the jaw. But when you go to the back part where you need it to be more tight, you need to adjust your ankle here. So it's on the outer loop, so it kind of hugs your ankle more. But on the tip, this is the lacing system where you need the material to go closer like that instead of wrapping motion. So that's a nice touch to the jaw where they really paid attention to that detail. Is where the laces are supposed to be. So given that this is just a basic lacing system, if you just take a look at it, but they really paid attention to the details where you really need the support of the lacing system. And I think that's one thing that I would give props to the designer of the jaw, which is also the designer for Kyrie. I think it's Ken, if I'm not mistaken. And I really like it. They really maximize the use of the materials, although it's not too premium, but in terms of performance, the upper material really delivered. Now, as for the cushion setup of the jaw, it has a 4-foot zoom unit that is top loaded. It's not too big. It's like the ones that you can see on the Jordan 13, the PG3, and that is one sneaker if you're asking me what does a jaw cushion feels like. It feels like a PG3 where the zoom unit in the 4-foot is top loaded, although it's not too big, but you can feel a little bounce to it, which is nice. I wasn't really expecting that much on the bounce of the 4-foot zoom because I know it's just small, but on the first time that I played with them, I immediately feel the zoom unit right on the ball of my foot, which is around here, and it does its job, and it really feels very responsive because the cushion is not too thick, it's not too thin. I thought it will be a little bit thinner, but quite surprised that the Phylon is thick enough and not too close to the ground, which is surprisingly nice because I like a little bit more cushion right below my foot. So the Phylon is really nice on the jaw ones. It's not the stiff kind of Phylon, and even on the heel part, you could really feel the impact protection, even though this is kind of a low profile sneaker and an ultra responsive basketball sneaker that's for guard, but there's impact protection there. But hopefully it doesn't bottom out that quick. I've been wearing this for a couple of days already, been really enjoying playing with this, but still there's still impact protection. I'll give you an update if it ever bottoms out. I'll give you an update on my IG, so follow me in IG. I am MARKCHES, so that you can get some updates on the sneakers that I'm currently using. So some more details here, starts from scratch. It's a little bit off for the trivia colorway, and of course, start from scratch. If you're a basketball player, you have to start from scratch. If you wanna be a good or great basketball player, you really need to start from the bottom. Now, another highlight of the jaw one is the outsole. As you can see, the traction pattern is kind of like a zigzag all around the place, all over the place, kind of traction pattern. And the rubber outsole, and take note, this is an EP version, so it has XDR rubber, which has an XDR tag. Yeah, it's here on the box. So this is the EP version, Asia release. So for the traction, rubber material is hard enough. I think you can play with this outdoors. And as for indoor use, man, the traction is freakingly phenomenal. It sticks really hard, and I was playing, the first time that I used this, I didn't need any braking time. I was playing on a dusty floor. It was just beside a highway here in the Philippines, and there's a lot of cars passing by. It was really dusty, and the traction of the jaw one was really holding great. I mean, not just good, the traction was biting really hard. That's why I enjoyed playing with it, because I felt really responsive, quick on my movements. There's no delay, and I think that's one of the benefits of those type of sneakers like the jaw ones is I performed really well in terms of the defensive end of the game, even though I didn't score that much. But in terms of defense, I was literally in front of my guy that I was defending. And I think one of the major factors there is the jaw once was really responsive. So traction-wise, grips really hard, even though on a dusty floor, it still grips. And man, nothing bad to say about the traction. It's one of the main things that I really like on the jaw ones. Another thing that I like about the jaw ones is the width of the outsole in the forefoot. It's wide, so your base, especially in the forefoot, you're very well balanced. And it's very easy to get your balance. And as for the lateral shape, there's enough curve in the forefoot when you're running up and down the floor. And there's a nice curve on the heel. So the heel to toe transition was really nice on the jaw. And I think there's a little stability plate here in the midfoot, because when you're bending it, there's a little bit spring back there. So to activate the zoom in the forefoot and give you a better running experience when you're running up and down the floor. So for the sizing of the jaw one, go true to size. I'm a US 11 regular foot. So if you're a wide footer, I would recommend go half a size up. So the jaw ones overall for the price of $6,195 or 110 US dollars, really surprising because I wasn't expecting that much on the jaw ones. So really impressed with the first basketball sneaker of Ja Morant, which is one of my idols right now, and impressed with the tech. Hopefully they will add a bit more zoom in the jaw too, maybe a zoom turbo in the forefoot, like what they put on the Kyrie's. I think it's a bang for your buck. It's one of the nicest basketball sneakers from Nike right now, aside from the LeBron 20s and the LeBron Next. So this has been my performance review of the Ja ones in the trivia colorway. Let me know what you think about this, guys. Hit me a comment down below. Thank you for dropping by this channel. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.